Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Down goes Representative Scotty Campbell of Tennessee. For those who are not familiar who this is, this relates to the Tennessee Three. He was a member of leadership in the Republican Tennessee State House of Representatives, which is the same body that expelled Representatives Justin Jones, Justin Pearson, and had attempted to remove, but failed, Gloria Thompson. In fact, Scotty Campbell had voted in favor of expelling them, for violating rules and decorum and all that good stuff. So now Pearson and Jones unanimously were voted, by their respective districts to be sent right back. Now there's going to be a special election, but so far Jones and Pearson have returned. But wait, it appears that Campbell, he's on his way out, gone. So what happened? Well, it turns out it's a sex scandal. I know, big surprise.
Sexual anarchy.
Let me give you the details. So Campbell resigned after he was found guilty of sexually harassing at least one legislative intern, but likely two, according to an ethics subcommittee that was acting in secret. This was according to a NewsChannel 5 investigation. According to a memo put out by the 4-member ethics committee, composed of 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, based on the completed staff investigation, the ethics subcommittee finds that Representative Campbell had violated the policies against workplace discrimination and harassment. Oops. About 6 hours after being questioned about this by NewsChannel 5 Investigates, Representative Campbell decided, nah, I'm out of here. We're done. Gotta go.
Fired! Fired!
Except he quit, so can't be fired because I quit first. Okay, so now during the questioning, Campbell had referenced a second intern who was also involved in the investigation, something that the NewsChannel 5 Investigates didn't actually know about before. Here's what he said, quote, "I had consensual adult conversations with 2 adults off property. I think conversations are consensual once that is verbally agreed to. If I choose to talk to any intern in the future, it will be recorded. I'm going to record my interns." Wait, why? What did you say? I mean, I was just having consensual conversations. Well, wait till you hear the details. Because once you get into them, you realize that, there wasn't really consensual. It was more of a one-way conversation. So in an email given to NewsChannel 5 Investigates by a family member, the victim provided a detailed account to officials at her university. Remember, interns, in this case, come from one of the nearby universities. So she is still a college student, and he's 39 years old. Bit of an age gap, bit of a difference here, like probably about around double the age. Now, her experiences with the Republican leader were not very positive. In fact, after seeing her and another 19-year-old female intern enter her apartment at the nearby Capitol Towers, the woman described how Campbell had made comments about how, while he was in his apartment, imagining that they were performing sexual acts upon each other, and how that drove him crazy knowing that it was happening so close to him.
Sexual anarchy.
Well, at least that's what he thinks was going on. But apparently that was not what was going on. She said, "I uncomfortably explained that was not happening. And he insisted that he knew it was and asked me to tell him about it. Bro, you were being horny on Maine." She then explained, "That's just my friend." And then he proceeded to describe how sexually attractive he found her, referring to the 19-year-old intern. there's more. On March 15th, the victim also recalled that she went to his apartment. They live pretty close to each other in the same apartment building. Apparently, she returned a wrench that she had borrowed. Okay. He proceeded to ask how many men I've slept with, says the email to the university officials. I told him 0, and he insisted that I was lying and told me not to lie. He then proceeded to ask how many women I've slept with, and he said he bets girls go crazy over me. Okay, this is a guy who is attacking the LGBTQ community, right? Apparently having some lesbian fantasies. Family values, Republicans. Family value Republicans, man. That's... Now, not only that, the victim also claimed that Campbell had offered to give her cannabis gummies in order to see her tattoos and piercings. Come on. You know these people. They're all about projection. All about projection.
Sexual anarchy.
It is. It really, really is. Wow. This guy's in his apartment thinking,
there's some whores in this house.
I got to get into it. I got to get into it. No, that's not what's happening. You're just being a creep. You're being horny on Maine. Quit. Stop it. Like, go do something else. I don't know. Go watch like an adult movie or something. It's so creepy. It's so weird. Now, she responded, I told him absolutely not. He then begged me for several hugs. I was getting progressively more afraid and uncomfortable. He then allegedly reached out his hands towards me and grabbed me around my neck. I put allegedly in there because I don't know for sure. I recoiled and said that I felt sick and immediately left. That was the last night I ever spoke or saw him. I blocked his number after that. Now, there's also another part in the email where it says that Campbell had repeatedly made comments about wishing he had someone to cuddle with and that he was very, very lonely. That doesn't mean you need to be creeping on your neighbors, especially 19-year-old interns. Wow. In response to NewsChannel 5's questions, Campbell denied that any of these conversations had ever occurred. That's not true. NewsChannel 5 Investigates asked, so she's just making it up? To which he said, quietly, yes. Again, I had consensual conversations that were agreed to. And I'm really surprised that we are here this morning. Asked what he meant by consensual adult conversations, Campbell declined to say, saying private conversations are supposed to be private. Oh, I can understand why you want to keep your creepy conversations with 19-year-old college interns a secret. Party family values, folks. Now, Campbell, again, he's one of those people that had went on about the dangers of drag queens. You know, and more sexual immorality. Weird. No, it's all projection. These people are always, always incredibly horny on Maine. Now, the problem here is, other than, of course, that being the problem, but there's another problem. These people are part of a club, and the club protects itself. He was protected by other fellow Republicans, many of which who also had their own problems with, what was it?
Sexual anarchy.
That's what it is. In fact, despite accusations of sometimes incredibly vulgar comments and other inappropriate advances, Republicans didn't remove the 39-year-old East Tennessee lawmaker from his leadership position, nor from his committee assignments, and also had steered taxpayer money towards the intern in order to protect her from the creepy guy, but not remove the creepy guy. So they allowed him to stay in the office and tried to sweep essentially her under the rug. Here's how. According to News Channel 5, they have learned that potentially thousands of taxpayer dollars have been spent relocating the victim from the downtown apartment building where she and Campbell both had apartments, shipping her furniture back home to another part of the state, and placing her in a downtown hotel for the remainder of her internship. Legislative officials refused to say how much they have paid out, but admitted that they were paying out something. Oh, that information is confidential. We don't know how much we're going to try to keep this, keep the creep away from this intern. Now, the report also notes that Tennessee lawmakers faced repeated criticisms over the years for a lax approach to sexual harassment and discrimination. Not surprising at all. Wow. In April 2019, Representative Rick Staples, this is a Democrat of Knoxville, by the way, so it's not just Republicans, but it's mainly Republicans. He was found guilty by the Ethics Subcommittee for engaging in sexual harassment after an unnamed woman said he had grabbed and held onto her waist while standing behind her after he had made inappropriate comments about her appearance during a visit to the legislature. Staples then resigned from his leadership position with the House Democratic Caucus. In 2017, Republican Representative Mark Lavelle resigned after a sexual harassment investigation. Before that, in 2016, the House expelled Representative Jeremy Durham, a Franklin Republican, following an investigation that found that he had engaged in misconduct involving 22 women.
Sexual anarchy.
This election is about the people.
Was it? Was it? Wow. Tennessee. What is going on with you guys? And yet, to tie this whole thing back, these same people, well, maybe not these same people, since a lot of them got eliminated, but the same body voted to expel 2 young black men for breaking House rules by standing up for young people to ensure that they don't get shot. They don't end up being victims of gun violence. They'll take a stand on that. But when it comes to, a lot of these high-profile Republicans sexually harassing interns, doing sexual harassment. Oh, hell, I've already talked about the stories where you had one Republican peeing in another seat. All that stuff, pretty much unpunished. But, be young, black, and a strong advocate for justice. That's what gets you expelled. That's who these people are. Part of your family values? No. It's a good old boys club. It's all it's ever been.